Hey man, you got those things?
I got the good stuff. Christopher James, a young kid in 1980, battling with leukemia, had a wish, and his wish was to become a police officer. Now, fast forward all of those years later, and who would have known that his wish would have impacted so many people's lives? And maybe that's why I like the Pops with Purposes so much. Is that you can donate to these places like the ASPCA and the Make-A-Wish without physically going through the donation process. I mean, so maybe that's one of the reasons why I appreciate the Pops with Purposes as much as I do, and I hope that you appreciate these as well. And today I've got some hard-hitting Pops for you. This is going to be the Make-A-Wish Pops. We're going to have the Hot Topic exclusive. We have the Funko Shop exclusive. We have the Box Lunch exclusive. This is going to be a really cool video, and let's get into it.
Hey, I don't know if you recently seen the video with this guy in there, but Nerf, what did you do? This thing is hitting hardcore. I think it's like 110 feet a second. We'll leave welts on you, and if you missed the end of the video, I think it was the last video, Friday's video, that had this one in there, you need to go check it out. And I'm going to tell you the funny part is that Jess actually got this one for me. Dangerous thing. I mean, comes with safety glasses. They know that it's so dangerous. And my good friend Justin recently grabbed this one for me. I truly appreciate you. I kind of expected the pins to be a little bit bigger than they are, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to things that have a purpose, you know, Funko has started these Pops with Purposes, and I am 100% behind them. I can get behind things that have a good cause with them, like the ASPCA Pops. That's you're gonna have Einstein and Toto, you know, from Back to the Future and the Wizard of Oz, right? I know I didn't need to say that, but I thought maybe I should say it anyways. And then we have the Make-A-Wish Pops. Now, Funko says on the back of these boxes that they donated $150,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which I think that we should all take our hats off to Funko for going out of their way to do kind things for others, because at the end of the day, this world is all about doing kind things for others. And when you start forgetting that is when we start to get off track as a society. The first one I'm going to pull out is going to be Sully. Now, these do not have a number on them. They are called SE, which is a number that Funko gives things when they are like a Funko Shop exclusive, or they're fall into the Funko Pop brand, and they don't put numbers on them. They only put SE. Sully here is really cool. Now, I'm going to take these out in the order that I think from cool to maybe to cool to awesome. That's what we're going to call that. We're going to take them out in order from cool to awesome. How do I keep losing my pop opener? I got to go find my pop opener real quick. You know, I misplace this thing on a pretty regular basis, and I think that it has something to do with the lives and Instagram and trying to do so many like social media sites. And if you're not currently following me on Instagram, what are you doing? There's a link right down in the description below. Go make sure you check me out on Instagram. You're gonna get some really cool pictures. I mean, I post all of the pictures of these guys on Instagram. Go check that out when you have a free moment. I think that they should have did all of the Monsters Inc. To be completely honest. This blue that they made these in is just phenomenal. I love the blue that they made these in, and when we get to the last one, which is going to be my top pick of these, you're probably going to fall out of your chair, so just brace yourself for the last one out of this equation. Let's take a closer look at this guy. Now, I love how they put the actual dots on him, even though I think that maybe they should have put them in the front as well. They only kind of have the dots on the back, and I'm saying that without knowing exactly what he looks like in reality. reality. I don't know if he's only supposed to have the dots on the back of him, or if maybe they're supposed to be all over him. So if he's not supposed to have the dots on the front of him, forget that I said that at all, and go ahead and throw a comment down below and say, Wayne, you need to watch the movie. I mean, I've seen it, but it's been forever ago. This is a really cool pop, though, and like I said, I really love the paint job that they done with him with this whole metallic, like, blue, and I don't even know if I'm calling it a metallic blue. It's a metallic something, but it's really, really cool. I hate the fact that I can see that his tail is separate, his arms are separate, his torso is separate, which means his head is separate, his horns are separate, but at least they didn't divide his head into two pieces. I know that we're seeing that one a little bit more often than I think maybe we should. I think that's garbage, though, when they start, like, showing so many of their seams. Next, we are going to have Iron Man, which is going to be the Funko. No, we are not. We're leaving that one for last. Next is going to be the Iron Man, which is the Funko Shop exclusive. This is the funny thing about the Funko Shop exclusive, though. This was the last, and I mean the last one of these to sell out was the Iron Man. These boxes are really cool. I love that kind of blue that they have them in. This Iron Man is an old recycled mold, which I'm willing to bet that every one of these is coming from a recycled mold. They just reuse the mold to make this Pops with Purposes. I don't so much mind when they make the Pops with Purposes with recycled molds, because to me it's a different color, it's a different pop, and then it's a different box. Once they start doing things like that, I'm kind of okay with it. The whole argument right now of restock versus not restock, or re-release versus not re-release, I guess that's a better term for it. It's going to be re-release versus not re-release, I think is there's a double-sided sword to that, right? There's an argument for re-releasing them, and then there's an argument for not. Me, I stand on the side that if you're going to re-release a pop, just put it in a different box. I mean, then to me, it made it completely different, and that way the original still has the original OG box to it. This Iron Man was the last one to sell out on the Funko site, which tells me that Funko knew that this was not a very strong pop, and then they knew that they had to put the Funko Shop sticker on it to make it sell out. Now, I say that not really knowing, but I have a strong belief that when Funko puts their Funko Shop sticker on it, they know that it's a pretty weak pop. Let's take a closer look at this one. Now, looking at him, I'm a little disappointed, and they didn't contrast him very well. The eyes almost don't break apart from the face shield. The face shield should have been a little bit different, maybe even a brighter color than the rest of it. His body armor is also one of them that's lackluster. They did not take the time and attention to detail to paint him the way that they should have. I hate the fact, though, that I can see that there's so many breaks in the seams. His arms are separate. His torso is separate. His legs are separate. Just what? Funko, you need to cut that out. You need to start making these seams a little bit more like translucent, or make them mesh together a little better so that we can't see them when they're out of the box. I have a feeling that Funko here lately has been focused on the in-the-box collectors only. They quit focusing on the out-of-the-box collectors by letting you see so much of this stuff that you wouldn't see if it was inside of the actual package. Now, the box lunch exclusive Mickey Mouse is really, really badass. He has the same box that the rest of them have. He's still an SE. They have the same message on the back of every one of these boxes, with the difference of the logo at the bottom right corner. Now, each one of them has the logo in the bottom right corner. Like this one has Mickey Mouse, Sully has Disney, the Iron Man has Marvel, so they all kind of have this breakup at the bottom of them. I think that this one is really cool, and this is one of them that I was truly excited to see in person, but I have saved my top pick in this group for last, and I saved him for last because they did something a little different with him. They did something a little bit more special that's going to make him stand out a little more. This Mickey is what they should have did to the Iron Man. I mean, when you look at this Mickey, they gave him the black eyes. Let's just take a closer look at him so that you can see this one. Now, this Mickey is what they should have did with the Iron Man. They clearly made a distinction in his face versus his ears. They got the black eyes. And look, they did so much with this Mickey that I am a super fan. Now, I am not a fan of the fact that I can tell that his tail is separate, his legs are separate, his arms are separate. They did a much, much better job, though, at hiding this versus the rest of them. When it comes to the rest of them, and when I look at this Mickey, I almost miss the fact that his ears are actually separate as well, and that's what I mean. They did a much, much better job at hiding the mold pieces versus Not hiding them at all. I'm still not a fan of them doing this because this is not an action figure. I should not be able to tell that he has different molded in pieces. They should all look like one cohesive piece versus looking like a bunch of little pieces. I understand why they do this though. They're doing this because when it comes to the point of painting them and putting them together, it looks a lot better if I can paint individual pieces versus painting them all at one time. So I understand why. I just wish that they would fix that. Now, coming in at my top pick was going to be the Hot Topic exclusive Winnie the Pooh. Oh, this guy is really awesome. Now, on the back of it, they have the same message. They have the Disney logo. They also have this really cool recycling message now that's on these boxes because you know that here recently they teamed up with the Recycling Association of America. I hope that I said that right. If I didn't say that right, don't scout me down in the comments below, but you knew what I meant. You knew what I meant, and that's all that matters. This Winnie the Pooh, though, is the only one out of the group that has a contrasting color to the blue. They went full contrast on the color with the blue, and to me that made this Winnie the Pooh that much better than the rest of them. Now, this is a heavily reused mold at this point. I know that I've seen him at least 3 times. This would be the 3rd time that I can think of that I've seen him in the last few months. They've made the diamond edition. They made the regular edition. They made this edition. They have recycled this mold at least 3 times that I'm aware of, but I'm not 100% upset about it because of the fact that they're all in different boxes. And that's what I'm saying. As long as you put them in different boxes and you do something a little different with them, I think that it's 100% okay. Throw a comment down below. Tell me exactly what you think if you made it this far. And if you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, I don't even know what you're doing at this point. The universe has been trying to tell you for the past 5-10 minutes that you should have already been subscribed. Let's take a closer look at him. This Winnie the Pooh, hands down, is my favorite. But now that I know that the ears are different, his ears are molded with the head, which look, I'm already happy about that. I love the different contrast in the blue. They did his head one color, well, they did his body and head one color, then they did his shirt a different color. That the bucket is the same color as his shirt, and then they threw in that gold honey. I mean, I think that this one is the strongest one out of the group. Maybe it's the one that's going to go up in value. Maybe it's not. I don't really know for sure. I do wish that maybe the honey was done in a metallic. Now that he's out of the box, I can tell that the honey's not metallic, but I'm still not upset with it just because it is the contrast in the colors. Great job, Funko. Hats off to everything that Funko does in the community, everything they do outside of the community to help people, whether it's Pops with Purpose, no matter what it is. Funko has been giving back a lot to the community, and I think that says a lot about Funko as a company. Now, I would grab my Nerf and we'd go terrorize somebody, but we know that here recently I've been getting in trouble about that. What I'm going to say is I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, and I'll catch you next time. Have a good one, guys. Hold on. What I should have did is I should have did a disappearing act. Let's see. Did I? No, I'm still here. Hey, I guess I still don't have my magic down. Hey, have a good one. Catch you next time. Magic trick. It's like I forgot about the power of editing. I could make myself look like I disappeared. Let's watch. 1, 2. All right, we're going to try it again. One more time. We're going to try this again. I'm still here, aren't I?
Stop abusing the squishmallow. What's wrong with you?